Hello, greetings. This is Tristan. Welcome back to my channel. Let's try to discuss about StickMan. StickMan is a very fun way of learning drawings, especially humans. Of course, we do not know often since this is you're learning to draw things. And from my previous video, I discussed about shapes. Of course, we have this one, circles, basic shapes. Let's try about a stickman. So we don't need to, again, from my previous video, we do not need to learn the Greek word, the body parts, because we're not trying to elaborate on those things. Just draw what you call this, what you call that. So we're not going to go into deep details about anatomy or anything. Just enjoy drawing. And if you want to explore that on your own, there's no issue about that. Okay, so let's try to draw a stickman. So this is a usually a how we draw stickman. Okay, so that's it. If you can draw at least that's okay. I mean, you are on your step on learning to draw. You may draw it fast. Of course, if you frequently draw, you would eventually learn how to draw it simpler, faster, and it will make it easy for you. The thing is that overrated word is keep practicing. We need always to keep that practice, so we'll be stay in shape. So anything that like walking, if you stop walking a little distance would be very tiring. So why do we use stickman? Of course, we use this as a trying to post anything. So let's say like this one is a view as a front view. So if you want to draw it on a side view, so you we don't know, no. But if you're going to draw a person walking, then this is where the common shapes would apply, because we know that the stickman is of course very thin. We don't know if it is facing forward or sideward. So going to draw it, let's try it to give some shapes, some mass. I mean, let's say we're going to draw a robot. Robot is a very basic. I mean, robot has no anatomy. There's no muscles, just pure solid shapes. Let's say we're going to draw a robot like a this one. So of course we're going to draw our stick here. We always try to draw with lines. So the head first, then we have here, and let's say this is the part of our body. We're just trying to explore this one. We're going to draw it straight. So here we go. Of course, we know our body. We could always observe the hands, the elbow. So if this is the elbow, this is the hands. Again, this is just for practice. There's a measurement for the body. We're going to ignore that because we are just trying to learn. If you watch cartoons, they're always not on the sizes are not realistic. We're just trying to learn, and eventually you would learn the proper way of drawing sizes. Okay, so this is the knee, the feet. Let's just try, and that's it. Sometimes I think they call this a pelvis. So let's try to put some mass. Okay, so let's try to put some shapes here. Let's say this is we put a rectangle here. We're going to draw a robot. Of course, here we got the lower part of the body. Okay, and a square. Just put another line here. Remember, most of the drawings are lines, so we must remember the line. Usually how to draw a line from point A to point B, and try to draw a line here. You can draw on your pace slow, and eventually if you keep drawing this, you'll develop your skill of drawing it faster. Okay, so this one, so let's say this is the, of course, the leg part. So again, just draw, we're drawing a robot here. Okay, this one, draw here. Let's continue. Okay, so now, so we're going to draw from uh the arms. Okay, because I not see that. Continue drawing. Ignore the ignore this one. So we're eventually going to correct this one. We're not using erasers, so learn how to draw with ball pens so that you will not be focusing on erasing. That's the reason why I always emphasize to use a ball pen, so you'll not be focusing on erasing. The frequent you erase, you would never know that you uh, uh, thinning the paper. Okay, so the hands are simply just circles here. And about the head, okay, so this is part of the head. So you could see we have a body right now. Okay, so let's try to put a head. Okay, so if you notice, I just draw small. So just draw small objects, so you won't be bothered. Maybe you would be overwhelmed if you're going to draw the whole paper big size, and you're going eventually you're going to scratch it. Okay, so obviously I draw a robot here. It's very easy for me to draw robots. Okay, so this is just a very small base here. So eventually the shape is very recognizable. Okay, see, I think the proportion is not that correct, but if you notice, and just going to correct further, and you notice eventually I'm correcting this one. Okay, it's not much, but I hope you get the idea that this is Optimus Prime. Okay, so the head is just a little uh, not the correct size, but you get the point. See, we just draw Optimus Prime from a stick figure. Okay, so that's how you would try to learn how to draw. It's very easy for me to draw robots because there's no muscles, just plain shapes. Okay, just plain solid shapes, and you could always just draw the hands as a circle for right now, but eventually if you keep drawing, hands is always drawn like something like a diamond. Okay, so that's how you draw a hand. Okay, so that's how you use your drawing sticksmans for if you're trying to draw the human body. So for now, you would always try with robots, because if you check other videos and tutorials, they would always uh, draw bodies in rectangles, because rectangles are easily uh, identified where the body is facing. Unlike a circle, you do not know if it is facing front or side view. Unlike a triangle, you would know that if it is uh, facing backwards, rear view, side view. So try to again, do not ignore your shapes. We'd always go back to the basics. Eventually, if you keep drawing and drawing, so you could always, uh if you keep drawing, prac- practice always, eventually you could draw straight. Again, this is just uh, a basic introduction on drawing. Always learn the basics, and eventually keep practicing and practicing. You'll develop the needed skills to be confident when you are drawing. Again, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.